This is so cool. It's like we're living in the future, you know? Like I can't take my eyes off it now. Like, that's fascinating.
Yeah, right now the car is doing all the driving. That's why I was asking.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm not driving at all. The car is slowing down and accelerating and stopping and turning.
That's bonkers. That's wild. I haven't experienced this before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's very cool.
Okay. Yeah, the nephew I was telling you about loved this. So
yeah, no, that's fascinating.
Yeah. So things that you're seeing here, the car's just picturing the car in front of us, and it's pretty much visualizing everything. And you know, I have to keep my hand on the steering wheel to make sure if it does something that I don't like. Right now, it's slowing down because of this car.
Oh, gotcha.
But right there, if I was the one driving, there was no need for me to slow down, right? I would just kept going. But the car rather be safe than sorry.
That's good.
Yeah. So usually it will always slow down instead of accelerate.
That's good. That's usually that's the side you'd want to err on for sure.
Yeah. Because if you're paying attention, you notice these things, and all you have to do is just step on the accelerator a little bit, and the car will just keep going forward because you gave it that confidence. Oh, it's okay to keep going.
Oh,
you know.
That's so interesting. Yeah. Does it like account for weather? Does it have sensors to account for like slippery roads, or do you like program something in ahead of time? Or?
It doesn't account for slippery roads. Okay. So usually, like, you know, when roads are slippery, the most important thing is just to slow down, right?
Right.
But if the roads are bad, I never use it. Like yesterday when it snowed and it was slushy and stuff like that, I wasn't using it yesterday. But typically when I'm by myself, I use it like 90% of the time.
Wow.
Even if I'm going to pick someone up, I use it 90% of the time. But if the weather's bad and stuff like that, I never use it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it's not to the point where I'm confident for it to just do its thing. Anyone, even regular people that are driving, I'm not confident for them to like drive properly on the roads, you know?
Even this morning, somebody just like slammed on the brakes on the bottom of an icy hill, and it's like, you cannot do that.
No, the car would just go.
Yep.
Regardless of what you think, you slowing down. The key is speed and distance.
Yeah.
When the weather's bad, just keep your distance and then don't go too fast.
Yeah. Pretty simple.
That's it.
Yeah.
And hopefully you have a car that has all-wheel drive, and then to be a little bit more safer by, you know, winter tires as well, which is what I have on this car.
Nice.
And it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
People don't notice it.
Go a long way.
A long way. Because I drive a lot, so I notice it more. But if you're driving from home to work, you're like, oh, you don't really need winter tires, you just need all seasons, which they're better than regular like summer tires. But
sure, but yeah, it does, especially if you're going to be driving a lot. I mean,
they make a big difference.
I mean, it's kind of like, you know, if you're a hiker, you need good boots.
That's right.
If you're just, you know, walking to the mailbox, then you can get the cheap slip-ons. But if you're actually doing stuff, it's the same idea.
Same idea. That's right. So yeah, pretty much since I turned it on, it's been doing all of this driving so far.
Oh, wow.
And if I did not tell you, you might not have noticed unless some of those slow downs that it did.
I really don't think I would have. I don't think I would have known. That's so, I can't take my eyes off it now. Like, that's fascinating.
It is, you know, if I go widescreen or big screen, you know, you could see a lot more of what the car can see.
It really has a picture of a wide area.
Yeah, so anything that's in this gray right here, that's what it's picturing. So the car is actually doing this.
Yeah.
Because this car is going a little slower than what it wants it to go. Yeah. So it switched lanes here without me even telling it to do it. But I could also manually just like signal.
Sure.
And then it would do it as well. So yeah.
So it is like,
So even the cones that you see right there, those yellow, you could like visualize those as well.
Yeah, and it knows that that's what they are. And
so that car that just merged and got in front of us, it pictured that as well.
This is so cool. It's like we're living in the future, you know?
yeah, and it will keep getting better and better as time progresses. You know, it's just it collects all this data that we're using right now, using it, the system.
It just gets smarter.
It gets, you know, artificial intelligence is going to be a major player in a lot of different avenues.
A lot of fields, yeah.
You know,
I know it's like I'm kind of in the arts community a little bit. There's a lot of controversy right now, and I feel like
Like with Dolly. Speaking of Dolly.
And see, like, I feel like it's a tool. You know, it's like so, you know, you get a nicer paintbrush, you can do something different.
Yeah.
It's another tool.
It's another tool, and you can use it as a rough draft, right? You could come up with give the Dolly a prompt of what you want to create, and let it gives you different ideas.
Yes.
You could take one of those ideas and then make something similar but different with your own, add your own little spice to it, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's been, I mean, artists have done that forever, but like collage and little mock-ups and things.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I do think it's a shame they didn't pay the people who they built the database off of. I think that is unethical and unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
That's digital gold right there. That data. Even there's another one called Chat GPT.
Okay.
That one right there can actually code, and it will break things down for you how it coded the whatever you give it, right?
Oh wow.
And you could tell it to write a story from a 5-year perspective of a dinosaur being the emperor of the world, while you know, whatever prompt you give it, and it will write a story in like a few minutes.
Yeah.
Of, you know, and then you could change this, make it funnier, right? And you could add different things just based on what you're given, the direction that you're giving it.
Yeah.
And it's just the data that's being collected throughout time of the internet.
It is incredible, you know, like there's so much power.
Right. Yeah, it'll come to the point it'll be hard for us to tell what's real and what's false, because in terms of like people being able to like someone's face, right? Or someone's voice, someone who's a celebrity and their voice have been on TV and stuff like that. You could just create a whole conversation by taking certain words that they've used and create a conversation and create their face, and that you might think it's them doing it.
Yeah, that's what's the deep fakes in that.
The deep fakes, exactly. That's what I was. Yep.
That does get scary. That gets scary in a hurry, because you know it's like the wrong person saying the wrong thing could cause a lot of problems.
For sure. Yeah. And you could, and then when that is out there, it's hard to just people don't. The truth doesn't really matter as much anymore.
Yeah.
You know, people just believe, oh, that was you, because people just usually read the headlines.
Yeah, they just skim it, or it's like, oh yeah, I saw it. It happened.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you saw something, but yeah, I read somewhere, I don't know if this is a fact, but I read that a person only has to hear something 3 times before they start kind of thinking of it as true.
It could be the case for, I think, maybe most people.
Yeah.
And some people, like, because a lot of people don't have time. People work all the time. They have family. They have, you know, they want to catch up on their TV shows.
For sure.
Anything. People don't have the time to just read a whole article or research about certain things. They just use it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's hard to you just trust whoever's giving you the information. Or that might be true, right?
Yeah.
And that person might have gotten false information, and then they corrected it. You didn't even know that they got corrected, or they corrected that article that they put out.
Yeah.
So you see all this driving so far while we're talking, you seem like you're comfortable with it at this point.
Oh yeah, I'm totally comfortable with it. I think it's really, I just want to watch it because I'm so interested in it. But yeah, no, I'm super comfortable with it. I mean,
that's great. Great. This is the future of like robotaxi.
Yeah.
So this curvature, sometimes when the roads is too curvy, the car can't really make those turns. So let's see here.
Okay.
So it's aware of.
This is a real sharp one. Yeah.
Yep. So it comes here. It will slow down up here. So it's asking me to apply pressure, but it will slow it down here and wait for these cars.
Nice.
So as you can see, anything in blue, that's what it's paying attention to. All these cars that are coming, and knows they're coming, and it's going to wait for its turn, and then it should go here.
Ah, that's so cool.
It didn't hesitate right there. You see that, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it does hesitate. It'll creep forward, but sometimes it has a lot of confidence.
It's like, oh nope, if there was something there, I'd know.
And even like when I started using it at first, my feet was always on top of the brakes.
Oh sure.
You know what I mean? Because right there, but I know what the car would do more. I know what the car would do, right?
Yeah.
So I had confidence that it would not go. You know what I mean? But I bet you were nervous a bit, weren't you?
Oh, not too bad. I don't think so.
Not too bad. That's wonderful, you know?
You know, everything seemed on the level, you know, and I watch pretty close, like when because I'm a pedestrian a lot, and a lot of people don't believe in pedestrians, so I'm really used to watching cars, you know, and I don't assume that they're watching me. So
that's a good way to put it. You never want, because those things that hit you, that's it. You can't, you know, no matter what you do, you know, I have the right of way, sure, but you can't. Yeah, exactly. That's a giant right there. You're not beating a car, you know. So yeah, you have to be careful. But even like with this car, people could be walking on the side of the road and it will like move over.
That's great.
People on bicycles, they will move over. If it doesn't have a path to go, it will slow down behind them. It'll take its time until it sees an opening, then it will go.
I mean, that's better than a lot of drivers for sure. You know?
Yeah, it's, and like I said, it'll just keep getting better and better. There's still a few nuances that, you know, the computer's not capable of yet.
Sure. Yeah,
but,
it's still like a joint effort kind of.
Right.
But it seems like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, my hands is here.
Yeah.
Just in case, you know, I'm ready to take over, and I could easily take over in a split second.
Yeah.
Anytime I step on the brake, it will automatically disable.
Okay.
So that's how you know that it's, because right now this blue right here, that means it's on right now. Okay. But if I press the stock up, that means it's off. I just turn it off. But if I do this again, then it's back on. And if I put too much force on the steering wheel, and I mean it turns it off. It turns off the FSD.
So it's pretty smart in that too, and knowing when you wanna jump. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice kind of fail-safe.
Yeah, because that's where people react quickly. The brakes, this right here, the steering wheel. So we're coming up to our left turn here. Right here, I might have to take over because I don't want to hold people behind me.
Sure, yeah.
But this is our turn here, right?
Yep, that's okay.
But the car should go. Let's see if it goes.
Almost.
It might have went, but I just didn't want to.
Yeah. I didn't want to slow down too much.
Yeah.
It had the idea.
Yeah, you could see its intentions. This blue line in front of it, that's its intentions. That's what it wants to do.
Yep.
So you know when the car is thinking by the arrow, this blue, how it's jumping around.
It's like considering options.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like a brain. It's like a person in a way, where you're watching it. Oh, but you know what it's want to do before. You know, wherever this line is pointing, that's where it's like, okay, I'm going this way, I'm going straight.
Yep.
If you see the arrow going this way, you know, okay, the car wants to go right or left and stuff like that. You could adjust it before it does those mistakes, right? But for the most part, it does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
You know, it does a pretty good job. What do you think overall?
I think it's amazing. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
This is like turn my trip home into like a whole learning experience. Into it.
Yes, you know, like I tell a lot of people, this is the future. You know, it's you think about way back in the days when people didn't even realize what cars can do now. So here, this is our turn.
Seems impossible until it's happening. You know.
Right.
No, yeah, this is
not bad, right?
Phenomenal. Yeah. So and it is. I mean, and it's not really any different than, you know,
a human.
Humans operate by you taking information and you react accordingly, and that's all it's doing.
That's pretty much what it's doing. All the cameras around it is just reacting based on what it's seeing, what it's interpreted based on the world around it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I would get attached. I'd like start thinking of it having a personality.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting to that point as well. Is it this one?
This is the one. Yeah. All right, thank
cool.
you so much. Well, this was fun. This was exciting. Thank you.
Yo, very welcome. So to open the door, push out. Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a good one. Thank you.